hands align. In red and white they always shine. With every pass it feels divine. Arsenal's on my mind. From hybrid days to Emirates grand, each match a symphony perfectly planned. With every goal we take our stand. Arsenal's on my mind.
Welcome back to the Arsenal on My Mind podcast. With you every week, as always, is Mr. Spike and Mr. Sekijay. Post Brighton match reaction. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Sorry, I had my coffee already, so my energy level is high this morning. But I'm still buzzing from the win yesterday. Hard fought win, scrappy win. They can call it whatever they want to call it. I call it 3 points.
I think the whole world calls it 3 points, but you're right? I mean, the only description for this game is another, grind, another just messy. Well, not even, actually, it wasn't that messy. Another, just suffocating. It's not negative football, but it's just get the job done performance.
It's what champions do.
Is what first, I keep saying it, this has to be, for a while there, I think we discussed whether or not this was the players' nerves or whether it was just because they didn't have the, the history and the knowledge of winning the league. I've come to the conclusion now that this is tactical.
It is deliberate, because we've our DNA naturally, is playing beautiful football.
Yep.
And that's what everybody expects of us, and that's why they're all moaning and crying because they didn't see what we were gonna do coming. They didn't anticipate that Arsenal was gonna flip the script on them, and but we had been slowly building this monster for about 3 or 4 seasons now. Strong players, tall, ready for the fights. However you want to play, we'll play with you. Dark Hearts, we are the masters of Dark Hearts now. Beautiful football, we still got the talent, we got the quality. So however they want to bring it in the Champions League, they're going to see beautiful football. In the Premier League, we're going to get stuck in. And people don't realize how difficult the Premier League is. And at the same time, Arsenal is not getting enough credit because people don't realize how strong this Arsenal squad and team or squad is. Look at yesterday, Man City at home against Nottingham Forest, they dropped points. Leeds that we ran through, they barely beat Leeds. Was it 1-0? Chelsea went and destroyed. Who did they destroy yesterday? Aston Villa. We beat them both. So we and some of the haters and the crybabies out there that are saying, actually someone went as Paul Scholes. I don't know if that was true, what I saw, but Paul Scholes was like, that this season that the Premier League should not even hand out the trophy to anybody because nobody's going to be worthy winner. What absolute rubbish.
Yeah, I don't know if it's true or not, but that is complete bullcrap because the thing is, right, we already know the amount of vitriol and hate Arsenal gets and disrespect and all that kind of stuff, And, the reason why I'm not going to cry about it is because, some of that is earned, right? We earned that disrespect because we bottled a few times, right? So, in a sense, but not all of it, just some of it. But what it boils down to is everything that Arsenal does, everyone cries about it until you realize that our rivals are having the same problems, if not worse. Right? Me and you here, we bitch and moaned about drawing with Forest.
Yep.
At least that was a 0-0, right?
Yep.
Man City 2-2. We bitched and moaned about 2-2 with Wolves. They beat Liverpool.
Yep.
So it's like all these things that when it happens to Arsenal, everybody loses their mind. We bitch and moan how, was it Man U? Was Man U down by a man when they beat us 3-2? Or was it earlier in the season? I don't know. There's a team that it was
Chelsea was down a man and we tied with them.
And we still tied them. And then here you go, man, you go and lose to Newcastle down a man. Right?
That was a beautiful goal too by
That was one of the best goals I've seen in a while.
Yep.
But anyways, right? So it's like all these things happen to Arsenal, and then people go, "Oh my God, they're crazy, they're weak, they're bottlers, they're negative, blah, blah, blah." And then you look at what happened to the other guys, and you hear crickets.
Yeah, nobody's crying that Man City dropped points at home against a relegation team,
And
not
conceded 2 goals.
and considered 2 goals. They are not crying. We don't
Hmm.
see any meltdown. None of that. You
Yeah,
see, and it's even making it's going to make the victory even that much sweeter.
it will.
You see,
It will.
because that victory is going to be, it's going to come with a lot of tears, and we're going to lick off their tears off the trophy. We'll lick it off.
and
Absolutely.
and then it's funny because the Brighton coach Ursula came out with some ridiculous comments, right?
No, that guy
And
is ridiculous.
but you know what's funny? Because the thing I mean the thing I love about like the modern day internet is like the internet never forgets, right?
Hmm.
And maybe no one has really called this out so far, but I remember it clear as day. It might have been last season or season before that Brighton were doing really well in the league.
Hmm.
They were scoring a lot of goals. They were open, flowing, destroying teams. And they came against Arsenal, and we beat them. I think it was 3-1 or so. And after that game, Ursula said, "My team has never suffered like they did today against Arsenal."
Yeah, that guy.
No, no,
Yeah,
no. He's right. No, no. He was right then because
of
we
course.
beat them up, because they were flying. They were really a tough, a really high flying team. And we tamed them that day and suffocated them and beat them well and played open. And then today, when things are different, you're talking about that you would never ask your team to play so negatively. And I'm not the kind of coach that'll have my set up my team to play like this. It's like, so which is it, dude? We've
No,
shown you we
no.
can do it both ways.
The first question they should ask him is he ever gonna be in charge of a team that will be fighting for the league? That's one. Two, he's irrelevant. I don't even know why we're talking about that guy.
I also want to bring up the comments.
Sour grapes. He lost. He's
Mm-hmm.
crying. That is his problem. We are trying to
Mikel's
win the. We're
Mikel's
trying to win the
response was
league.
hilarious. Where I think he said, um, uh, "I didn't expect anything else." Something along those lines. You
Yeah,
know?
we're trying to win the league here. All that is just noise.
Yep.
They can see us coming, and everybody that one way. Maybe Hausler was hoping that Arteta bottles it this season. Maybe he will have a chance to come coach Arsenal or something. I don't know
Yeah,
what he's
and
thinking.
here's the thing, right? The thing is, the strategy is very clear, right? Get a goal and hold it. Now, I would be more comfortable with get 2 goals and hold it, right? But whatever.
Yeah,
But the point is, what Mikel is doing with this new setup and tactics is when he gets on top, 1 goal, I'm not comfortable with it, but he's comfortable obviously with 1 goal. He just says, "All right, you team that I'm playing, come and beat me,
come
right?
and break us down.
Come and do
Come
something."
and break
And
this
that's
defense
where
down.
these coaches are moaning and bitching about it because they end up not being able to. And because we're not trying to destroy teams, right? We're just sitting back and like, you know what, sure, what you can do. It feels like a negative game script. But in reality, this is what made some of the, I mean, besides like the Mike Tysons of the world, but like some of the more modern boxers, this is what made them really good. They
And I'll
hit
tell you
you,
this. I'll
they
tell you
hit
this.
you, get their points on the board, and they're done.
And Ron, a few seasons ago, actually, Arteta was the one crying after every game. Oh, this is a disgrace. Time wasting,
Mm-hmm.
low block, defensive. Arteta was the one, and they used to tell us that why are we crying? That our team we're soft, we're
Mm-hmm.
babies, we can easily be bullied, this and that. Arsenal kindergarten club. Okay, now the kindergartens have grown,
Yep, now we're
right?
doing the
So
bullying.
so everybody just take a number and get it. But
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, we take the win and we run.
And we run. It was a
That's
good
it.
weekend, a
Take
good
it and
weekday
run.
rather. Man City dropped points. Man U got the jaws pegged back a little bit, like calm down, you're good, you got a balance, I get it. Liverpool got beaten by Wolves, which is beautiful.
Dude, I was watching the reaction of all these other clubs to their fans. There's a reaction fan TV
Hmm.
thing is hilarious. I mean, it's one of the best things ever. watching them melt down.
Absolutely. So all I ask from the soccer gods today is a cherry on top of that sundae, and let Crystal Palace beat Spurs today.
Oh yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Because then, for us to be only 1 point away from Spurs for that final relegation spot, and yeah, that would be sweet. But anyways, we gotta move past that game. We've got we got a small cushion back. We have some difficult games coming up, but so does City.
And I called it 1-0. Remember?
You did call it, yes. You did call it. So we have some games coming up that will be interesting. I mean, this weekend we have FA Cup against Mansfield. I don't want to see Rice in there. I don't want to
see anybody that played wholesale rotation.
Give it away. Not give it away. You can beat them with anybody you got.
We can beat them with any of our team. Max Dowman, right wing.
Yep. So, and then after that, we have Champions League against Leverkusen, and then Everton, and then Leverkusen again before the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup final. So, I think we've earned this rest coming up, but the game itself, tough game. Brighton tried. They played well. Brighton did. They had more ball than us, which was kind of weird. But again, our defense looked rock solid, really impregnable. And ultimately, I just think that's how it's going to be for the rest of the season, is this kind of results, except in the Champions League and except in the FA Cup and so forth. But I think Premier League, this is what it's going to be like.
Yeah, and I'll just give my player ratings at this point. And I'm going to start with Raya. Raya was, first and foremost, my man of the match.
Really?
Oh, absolutely. Raya was the man of the match. His saves were pivotal. I can easily. There are 4 players that can easily get man of the match, but I'm going to give it to Raya.
Okay. And what's your rating for him?
8.
8. All right.
Actually, 9. 9 for Raya.
That's a back-to-back niner for him.
Yep. Clean sheets, man of the match. Right back, Timber, solid. Gave the assist. 8.
Okay.
Also
back-to-back 8s for Timber there.
Yeah.
What about Mosquera and Gabriel?
Mosquera, Gabriel, both 8s.
Mosquera even an 8 for him?
Absolutely. Mosquera, he did. Yes, he got an early yellow card. Well, I'll give him a 7. But apart from that, he was solid.
Okay.
He was solid. Yeah. Gabriel is 8 for Gabriel. Hincapié, another solid performance from him. 8. Rice, 7. Zubimendi, 6.
Oh, okay.
Trossard, 6.
Okay. Trossard didn't start.
Martinelli 6.
Mm-hmm.
Starboy Saka, 7. Apart from his goal, he didn't do really much, but 7.
Mm-hmm.
Gyökeres up front, 6.
Mm-hmm. You missed Eze.
7.
7, okay.
Yeah, 7 for Eze. He had good touches. I think I've been too harsh on Eze.
All right, and off the bench, we had Calafiori, Trossard, Havertz, and Norgard.
When Calafiori came on, to your credit, you said it, the game stabilized. Him and Kai Havertz stabilized the game. So Calafiori 7, Havertz 7, Norgard 6, Trossard 6.
And Mikel?
Arteta, I'll give Arteta a 9.
9, okay. Yeah.
And I'll give the ref a 3.
What did he do wrong?
Nothing. I just feel like giving him a 3.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. So my ratings, I start with Raya 7. I thought he made good saves. No wonder saves this week. So no Raya saved us this week, but he did well, 7. I gave Timber an 8. It's like he's back to his groove. He got the assist today. And he looked good. Mosquera, I gave him a 7. I thought he was good up until Minte came in the game, and that was when his life changed. So give him a 7. I gave Gabriel an 8. He's my man of the match. a mammoth performance on defense.
And they saved Raya.
He saved Raya a couple times. Yep. Well, in the beginning of the game, for sure.
In the beginning of the game.
Yeah. I give Nkapie a 7. I thought he was good as well, but I still maintain he looked even more comfortable at center back, which is his position. Let's not forget, So, yeah, he's playing well at left back, but I still believe left back belongs to Calafiori. I'm even more comfortable with Nkapie playing in more games than Saliba if necessary, if we had to play without Saliba. Zudmena, I gave him a 7. I thought he was okay, tidy, nothing great. I gave Rice an 8. He actually played pretty well, bounced back really well from that last week's game. I gave Eze a 6. I thought he was good, wasn't bad, but I don't know, man. I miss Odegaard. That's what it boils down to. And then Saka gave him a 7. I thought after besides the goal, he didn't do much. But that's the thing about Saka, right? He's not playing at his peak right now, but ultimately, when he's the only person on the team that really shoots,
and he attracts attention from defenders.
Yeah, and he's the most selfish player in the team. I think in a good way, not in a bad way, in a good way. So he's the only person that actually shoot and take all these chances that will result in random things happening and so forth. Gyökeres, Martinelli gave him both 6s. I still maintain again, Martinelli should not be starting any Premier League games. Off the bench, he's too good.
Yeah, well, but we don't want to have it Trossard into the ground.
Off form too, so I get it. But you know who's got to be crying right now is Madueke. He ain't getting no game time recently.
He'll play in the weekend.
So he needs to play. Off the bench, I gave Havertz, Trossard, Calafiori all 6s. I thought Calafiori really changed the game. He plays in midfield, and that gives us more going forward. Obviously, Nkapie is a much better defender, but Calafiori, I believe, is more important to how we look. So yes, I think Calafiori just gives us more balance going forward. So I expect to see Calafiori in Champions League games and Nkapie in Premier League games. Although I gave Mikel an 8, I'm convinced now this is what he wants from the team. He never seemed disappointed when they play so poorly. All he wants, so he just seems to be, this is what he's trying to do. And yes, I know it will stun some players and some players trying to make World Cup squads and whatnot, but whatever. He just wants to win this league.
Take it and run.
Yeah, take it and run. So like I said, next game is FA Cup. We probably won't do a pod for that unless something amazing happens in that game. Other than that, we will do probably a Champions League episode after our Leverkusen next week. And let's keep touching along, Arsenal. You know what? Let's get the 3 points however you can. And please, let's beat Man City, both in the Carling Cup final and when we play them in the league. That would be
actually. I'll rather beat them in the Carling Cup final. I don't need to beat them in the league now. I have the cushion. But so share, like, subscribe. Keep the comments coming in, guys. Keep growing the channel. Thank you for all your support and keep Arsenal on your mind.
Absolutely. Later.
Under floodlights build the fans align. In red and white they always shine. With every pass it feels divine. Arsenal's on my mind. From hybrid days to Emirates grand, each match a symphony perfectly planned. With every goal we take our stand. Arsenal's on my mind. Oh Arsenal, you never fail. Through rain and sun our steadfast sail.